Yo, welcome to the Man United Agenda. I'm here with my man Shah, and we're here to report some breaking news. Well, almost breaking news. It's 1 o'clock now, but a couple hours ago, it broke. Ollie is out. Yes. How's everyone doing, man? OMONDI Juma here for the Man United Agenda. Thanks for everyone tuning in. I can see the comments flying in already. We've got a breaking news show. You know, it's happened. It's finally happened. I'm here with my man Shah. How are you, Shah?
I could obviously be in a loads better situation today, but I think the situation was gonna happen, wasn't it, guys? I think we all knew that it was gonna come at some point. But overall, listen, whatever happens, win, lose or draw, whichever manager's in place, we're still going to support our club. So let's definitely get this breaking news situation sorted out, and let's hear what the comments have got to say.
Yeah, I just want to say hi to everyone in the comments. I can see Niall, I can see Saragon. We're going to come to you guys. Stephen Fleetley, Rebel, how you doing? Rebel, you're in the grid. Are you? Come out to the edge of the border to get this Wi-Fi in. Yeah, so we're gonna go in, man, because it's been coming a long time. I mean, it's not like shocking news. The results have been shocking, that's for sure, and it's been on the cards. I mean, over the last few months, especially this season, it's starting to be like a lot of noise about Ollie out, and because of the results have been disappointing. But saying that, I want to start from the beginning. We got to ask ourselves a question. Why did Ollie come in the first place? And what can we remember from Ollie coming in? Because I'll just give you my quick take. I'll come to you in a sec, Shah. We had Jose Mourinho, who's a serial winner. We brought him in because we wanted to win things, and we felt he would be the right man for the job. And a lot of fans at the time when Jose came in were kind of happy with that. But then it got to the point where he was kind of upsetting players. Fans didn't like the style of football, and he got sacked. He actually got sacked. And I don't think Mourinho, he never really settled. He was living out of a hotel, wasn't he? Like Alan Partridge, and just had his place in London. And the football, I know Mr. B loves to say the football was terrible, but we won the trophy, and I don't know, we're in the league. We came second one year under him, which Mourinho said was a great achievement, but we got rid of him. And then suddenly we got Ollie in. I don't know, I would never have seen that coming, but Ollie came in and we had a good run of results. For the first 12, 13 games, I think we were unbeaten or we were winning. And
15 out of 17.
Okay, well, there you go, 15 out of 17 of the first games, we were winning. And then that momentum died down, and then we started to see what the real story was with Ollie and what he was bringing to the club and everything else. So, Shah, what's your memories of why Ollie was employed? And let's go from there.
I think Ollie was initially employed on an interim basis, if I remember rightly so. He was given a short-term contract, and then in the summer it was all made permanent after the kind of good results that we all experienced. We all fell back in love with the style of football, the attacking prowess that Man United brought, the freedom of the youngsters that were playing. They were expressing themselves on the pitch really well. I think after that period, things started changing, new additions, the squad, and things started moving. It was moving forward, right? No one can say it wasn't. It was moving forward to a certain degree. I think every single fan, ex-player, and even some of the others were thinking, wow, Man United are back. Everyone remembers the old Rio statement. We're back.
And the contract.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Given a contract. We all remember these moments. And for that, for that, we have to remember where Ollie was. Ollie was an unknown entity. I mean, given his failures at Cardiff, and he won something at Mould, you know. But the club believed in him. We all believed in him at that time. But for whatever reason, we are where we are today, right? You know, that's just part of it. But I think there's some good things that Ollie's done that won't go unmentioned by myself. You know, he had scored 5 or more goals on 10 occasions, which something Sir Alex Ferguson only managed to do twice in his 300 odd games. He also introduced 16 academy players. Some of those players we're seeing that, you know, their movements and their strengths and growth coming through, which is more than Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, and David Moyes combined. So for people thinking that, you know, Ollie didn't do a great job, he done a great job to where he could. Yeah. We've had some semi-finals. We've had some big European nights. You know, everyone will remember that night in PSG, Rashford banging in a penalty, Lukaku's goals. You know, there were times, there's been transitions and changes for Ollie that unfortunately now we're just at a point where we are.
I'm going to have an argument with you now after what you just said. I agree. I was going to ask you, do you think in hindsight we were a bit naive? Not say, me personally, I never endorsed him or wanted him in. But do you think we were a bit naive saying I'll sign the contract, or realising when a new manager usually comes in, the players started to play for him? Because like you said, he was interim at the time. I felt that Mourinho was putting heat on the players. The players were too like, oh my God, we don't like this. You know, he's too strict, or he's winding me up. And then suddenly they get someone in who's going to cut their toenails, stroke them, you know, and go and do what you want, boys. I think that was a dangerous game to play because initially, they had a bit more freedom to play and everything. But it's once that sort of died down and we were left with, right, what have you got? It was not much there, to be honest, in my opinion. Just in my opinion. And you said about bringing in youth players. I think Ollie was just a face. I've said this on the show many a time last year. I felt it was just a project. It's like, right, we tried Mourinho, we tried Louis van Gaal, we tried Moyes, all these guys. Let's just get back to some basics, put this guy in charge for now. But in the background, let's try and incorporate some of the things that made us successful in the past. Let's start focusing on the youth and bringing them through. So I wouldn't say Ollie was like, oh yes, I brought this guy through, or I've developed this guy. I can't see that with Ollie. You said that he had more than Van Gaal. Yeah, maybe, but I think it's more the project. I thought Van Gaal done a great move by bringing in Rashford. That's something maybe Rashford could have gone by the wayside and not been ever recognised as a first team player, for example. So, and I can say that based on experience that Louis van Gaal, with his 1995 Ajax team, for example, full of youngsters, Rijkaard and Danny Bling, I think were the only, you know, elderly guys in there, and he's always known for developing youngsters. That's what he's all about, Van Gaal. So I think when he spotted Rashford, I thought, oh yeah, that's him. I could with confidence say that. But when it comes to Ollie, I'm not sure. I think it was just like that was the project to do that. I'm not saying Ollie was instrumental behind that, in my opinion.
Part of that though, Monday, is the United way. We've always youth, courage, greatness. It's our mottos. It's written in our DNA. That we have this mix and blend of youth and mature players, right? So I think the thing that I'm trying to really reiterate is that Ollie gave us a feeling of Manchester United, what we represent in the football community across the globe. You know, Manchester United is known for that. Under several managers, these kind of things have dwindled away. They weren't there. We had a lot of negativity. And he brought a lot of that back, you know, a lot of energy, not a negativity, sorry, a lot of positivity back into the club. The way you feel when you used to go to the ground, the stadium, the atmosphere. This is so just see the dog getting thrown at the time. Right. So look, he wants to be on the show, doesn't he? Ollie out.
I know. But, yeah, all right. I hear you. We agree. One thing we agree on.
That's my point. My point is
I think that was the project. Not we'll say Ollie, but that was a project to bring back the old times, bring back the things that made us successful. Let's incorporate certain criteria that will make us a bit more successful. What made us successful in the past? Sorry, I think I agree with that, and that meant like the football. That was one thing. After Mourinho, it's like let's just play a bit more free flowing football and all that kind of thing, and bit of excitement for the fans, especially you. You go all to the home games a lot, so you would know exactly about that. So let's just go into the comments quickly because we've got loads of stuff to go through. If you haven't heard, guys, he's been sacked this morning, and it was probably coming as well. But just to repeat as well, this is Man United Agenda. If you want to buy, or if you want to win a Bruno Fernandes shirt, all you have to do is be the 1,000th subscriber on the show. Yeah, so keep subscribing. Yeah, don't sign out and unsubscribe and come back in again. You know, once you're in. But tell your friends, and maybe they can win it for you. You know. So anyway, this is the Man United Agenda. I just want to say hi to Niall. Good afternoon. How you doing, Niall? He said he's gone. He's gone. Saragon, how you doing, Saragon? He said the sliders and abettors of crime still at the club are perpetrators of Woodward's delusions of grandeur and vanity. So he's saying the body might have gone, but the people still responsible for our slide are still at the club. Niall says, when's the stream starting? Started. We're here. Stephen says, Man United board and its board have sacked Ollie, making it look like he's the sole problem. When McKenna, Phelan, Carrick should go, players are also the problem. Is disguising, especially as he's a legend, a club legend. I think that he's trying to say, yeah. There's a lot of comments here about it's not just Ollie. Rebel, how you doing, man? He says sorry for the delay, folks. Things have been resolved as soon as possible. The way, and Stephen again says the way they've leaked this in the media before official announcement is wrong. It's like end your long-term relationship with your missus by a text or friend with no explanation. Board a disgrace.
It was on Twitter, wasn't it? It got released on Twitter first on that point. You know, and then the club 2 minutes later announced it with their statement. They haven't said he's been sacked. He's left, is what's been officially said by the club.
Oh, so okay.
So
it's like a mutual agreement, is it?
There's not even no mutual agreement announced, but end of the day, he's a club legend for his playing days. And we'll still respect him, and he's always going to be part of the Man United family, right? So whatever.
Okay, Rebel's saying here, big up panel. So looking forward. So looking at the wording of the statement and the tail end was Carrick takes over until United appoint an interim manager. Is them ruling out Rodgers? Okay, so Carrick's taken over. Rebel says again, I'm in transit back. Omondi. The main problem is Woodward. His decisions as CEO have been terrible on the football side. Hate how he's been treated, how he treated Van der Beek, says RTM. GMS, sorry, says feeling sorry for Solskjaer today, but he had to move on. RTM, why feel for him? He's got millions. Yeah, good shout. He is stubborn. Yeah. As much as it didn't work out, he's the only guy who loved the club. Like people say, I don't feel for him. They're having a little debate in here, and the money, yeah. So he must have got a payoff and all that kind of thing. All right. So we've gone through why he came into the club. We had a little spell where we sort of won. Was it 15 out of 17 games? End of the season, I think in third, maybe was that right, or fourth?
Yeah, back to back third seat, which is the first time that's happened underneath.
Okay, so ended third. Then he started to get rid of Fellaini and all the old guard. Like, who else did he get rid of? Valencia did he get rid of Valencia? Fellaini was definitely one of them that he got rid of. Marcus Rocco's gone. Okay, so there's a few players that were we've forgotten all about now. You know, that used to play for our club and that moved on. Did he? And Lukaku was there already, but then he sold Lukaku, who's then gone on to have a great couple of years in at Inter Milan, and now he's back at Chelsea as recognised probably one of the better strikers in the world. I don't know about that, but he's very effective what he does. But we were dissing him when he was at the club. We were saying he's got a bad touch, and we weren't really liking Lukaku. Moving on, he came third, went out a few semi-finals, and then up until last season, he came second last season, which I felt, as you know, that we should have won the title last year, or at least had a more strong challenge for the title because we were in it. We were top in January. We had the side, I think, but it's just I was disappointed with Ollie. I was saying it from back then. He doesn't have this sort of a system of play or a way of breaking teams down. And sometimes we were coming up against teams who would just sit there and we had to play through them. There's nothing to fall back on, you know. So what do you think about last year, SHAH? With the last year's, this is like into his third season. We came second in the league, got to the Europa Cup final. It was obviously COVID, no people in the stadium. What do you think about his performance last year? Because I'm starting to think there was cracks appearing from last year with the performances. What do you think about last season?
Yeah, I agree. Last season, we saw the cracks. We thought, we've discussed it, right wing, we've got issues, had problems here, there and everywhere. Another good central defender to partner with Maguire. Varane came in over the summer. And last season, there was a point, I think it was the Sheffield United game, where we could have had the opportunity to go on a little run, cause a little bit of distance, and then we just crumbled. We didn't have the tactics, the strategy in place to take us to that first place position. And for me, part of this is down to desire of players, hunger of players to actually go out and win the game. We've talked a lot about Ollie. And it was, I think, like what RTM is saying there, really. It was the clubs that were towards the bottom. I mean, Sheffield United got relegated and we lost to them, right? So there was games that we should have won and should have given us the breather. And we've been in that same situation again. Now, these players, they know, the ones that are from the lower clubs, they could potentially get relegated. The bottom 7 teams, there's fluctuations. So when they come to Old Trafford, it could be the last time they come to Old Trafford in their career, potentially, right? So they're going to go and put on a performance. I remember when Mourinho bought Lee Grant, right? That for 1.5 million, Lee Grant had the goal of this. Do you remember those keepers that were having phenomenal games at Old Trafford? They were literally like unstoppable. And these are things that have impacts against us as a team, where we saw those positions that we could have really catapulted ourselves.
So who did Lee Grant? What are you saying about Lee Grant?
Do you remember the times there was a couple of keepers that came to Old Trafford, and literally there was a few games that were in a row
playing for the opposition?
Yeah, from the opposition. And then they were having amazing games.
Okay. So you're saying Lee Grant was signed based on having a good game against us or something?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, I just was a bit confused what you said.
Yeah, pretty much. But what I'm saying is those players are coming with more desire, more passion to actually win the game or go and get a result. Our players, I was at a Liverpool game, I was at the City game, I've been at games. When I've seen these players, and I'm like, come on, what are you doing as players?
What are you saying about the players? What, they're not giving enough? No,
100%. Not giving enough.
All right, so it's the effort. They're not playing for the manager.
Not playing for the manager, not showing that. And that's the things that...
So when did you start seeing that, SHAH? When have you started witnessing that? And
I think towards the middle of last season, it started changing.
Okay.
Personally, that's what I think. I think it's
so we had a little mini argument before the show started. You're saying the players are responsible. Is this what you mean by it?
I'm saying it's a collective. Whatever happens, it's a collective, right? Managers, coaching, and players are all responsible for these results. There's no two ways about it. The only people that are on the pitch are the players, right? The coaching and the preparation that happens before, you're talking about Man United. They've got access to all the information, all the data, all the statistics, every bit of resource they need to prepare before a game, right? And if you're telling me that Michael Carrick, Phil McKenna, Mike Phelan, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer aren't showing these players the weaknesses of the opposition, then genuinely speaking, these guys shouldn't be in the football industry, full stop.
Who? Right? The players or the
coaches? I'm talking about the coaches, right? So the coaching element, you're 100%. They would have gone into the tactics. They would have taken the data analysis off of previous matches of the opposition, shown these to the players, and then the players, it's down to them to act on the pitch. And yesterday's post-match interview, Bruno, De Gea, you could see it. It's not down to they were even them themselves were saying. You see Bruno standing there going like this. This is everyone. This isn't just Ollie, because the players have been told. You know, we've been told that the players wanted to play for Ollie. It's not a case they didn't like Ollie. It's a case that they're playing for themselves, right? They've got to step it up. Whatever interim manager comes in, Carrick for now, and then whoever's going to go come in the January, February, whenever it comes in, then we might end up having 2 interim managers, right, by the end of the season. But these players need to step it up individually with their own personal performances. We're Man United.
Okay. All right. Here's my thing. I think that's the responsibility of the manager. The manager is responsible for the whole team. He's supposed to be make them click. He's supposed to get through to them, whether it's psychologically, to get the best out of players. That's his job. And we know these players are big time Charlies. They're all millionaires. They all got enough money, nice car, nice girl, all that kind of thing. And that's a distraction. Maybe you got to draw them in, work out. Each treats everyone differently, and work out how to get the best of them. Someone pat on the back. Someone needs a hair dryer treatment. Everyone's got a different way. But the bottom line is you have to get the best out of these players. So if someone's not giving 110%. In the game, or being a bit slack, or a bit whatever, that's down to the manager. You're supposed to. You could say, yeah, the player is not performing or whatever, but the player might have some problems at home. We hear it all the time. Might be just going through a little something. It's for the manager. That's why Ferguson was so good, because he was able to tweak everybody and put a rocket up their backside to get them to play in the best way they could. And also the standards in training. You hear about Roy Keane screaming at guys if they weren't pulling their weight in training, or treating training like a game, or demanding ping the ball into my feet, or don't play it don't play it sideways, play it forwards. Just play the way we want to go on. So that kind of levels. These are the kind of levels where when we were winning, which were all around the club, But I don't see that anymore. I just think going back to why Ollie was employed in the first place, it was to sweep up the players, and that was a bad move, I believe. And at the time, I thought that, so you want to get rid of Mourinho when he's trying a little thing, Okay, let's see what happens now. You stroke their egos, and suddenly they don't respect you anymore. That's why things happened. So I don't think Ollie demands that respect when you hear him talking, when he, like I say, we're just speculating again. When I hear him talking, I don't get inspired. I don't think this guy's got fire in him, or he's going in, he's going into the changing room and getting the best out of players. I wouldn't play. I think this guy's a chief. If he talked to me like that, I would feel like that. Even the body language, he's scratching, he's touching, he's nervous. He's thinking, nah, man, you're not on it. You're not on it. So all this nice guy. Yeah, he's a nice guy, but there's no room for nice guys in football management, I'm afraid. Yeah. It's ruthless. People get sacked all the time, So anyway, let's move on. Last season, my thing is this, right? From the Red Bull game, we were in the group stage. We had Istanbul, PSG, and Red Bull, and we won our first 3 games. Then we went to Istanbul and lost. I thought, okay, and then we lost to PSG. Fair enough, I can accept that. And then after beating Red Bull 5-0, we had to go there, get a result, and he decides to go to a 5-3-2 or something like that at the back and invite pressure. And they scored 2 early goals, and we were under it, and then we never got back into that game. And that was it. And from then I was like, what are you doing? And then obviously trying to break teams down. Last season, games, Everton, we were 3-1 up. They came back to draw. I think we lost to Palace twice. I think, like you said, the Sheffield United game at home. All these games were dropping points against teams where we should have been beaten, I felt. Or at least having something to fall back on, which would be a style of play. And that's why I think Ollie, my memory of Ollie would always be like, this guy had no style of play or no patterns of play, or what is he actually coaching them? All I hear him saying in the interviews all the time was, yeah, we got to work hard, we got to go back to that spirit, or just talking about the past, or talking about things that you're supposed to do. What about the tactical side of things? Never heard that from him. So after last season, I was like, I was I'm not happy with this. There's something wrong, but people accept it. It's because of the second place, because of the final, we got to the final of the Europa League, which you should have won. You know, if we had
lost it on penalties, we lost it on penalties. We didn't win it. We didn't lose.
We should have won the game. I'm saying if we
should have won it in 90 minutes.
We couldn't break them down. I thought, oh my God, Villarreal tactically good. It's going to be difficult to break them down, and that's what it proved. You know, we had to force goals in. So,
but I think that game. Sorry to interrupt, but that game, for example, Maguire got injured, right? 2 games.
He wasn't there. He didn't even start.
He didn't start, right? So that just showed that the depth of our squad at that time, in those particular positions. No. I'm just saying, in those
No. I see you going, SHAH.
No. I'm sorry. Wait. Let me finish.
Right, go on, make your point. Go on.
So, right. What my point is the depth of that squad should have enough mentality to be able to go on and win a final like that. Because it was Villarreal. We had attacking, I think there was something like 39, 40 goals, something like that scored between the front three at that point. There wasn't really replacing Maguire as an individual player. We should have been able to do that a lot more easier for that game, and you should have had enough ability to do that. And I agree with you. The tactics were wrong. We were all shouting at the telly at 60, 70 minutes, make the substitutions, bring on the players. You right? Do you remember? I think we all remember it, right?
Yeah, of course.
So those obviously are moments that we're going to look back on and think it could have been a lot better, right? So, but I agree with you. The other point that I wanted to say just quickly, you were talking about as well, is Ollie mentioning things, body language, and saying that the players don't. The first half, we've had first halves like that for 40 odd games easily, where we haven't turned up and we've become comeback kings for no reason. Literally, you know, remember when you used to say not conceding? You know, that part of it is all part of what we need to kind of go back to. We need to get
guys. I want everyone to hit a like right now. Just get your mouse or get whatever you're doing. Get your mouse and click over the like button and hit that like for us, please. Yeah, I want to see them rise. If you're watching, press the like, please. Right, do that right now. That's an order. And I'm like a coach. That's how you want to be told. Right, drills, press up, whatever. Hit the like. Yeah, pop. That's how we want it done. See, I should be Man United coach, or I should be manager. I'm decisive. I'm conclusive in what I say, and I hit hard. I don't play around here. Or do you want me to say, oh, excuse me, can you hit the like, please? Like Hollywood. Anyway, I could talk like that about him now. Hi, Mukhtar OS, one of the Man United Agenda panel. How you doing? He says, hello, gents. Get rid of all the coaches. Thanks to Ollie for all he has done, but he's clearly lacked authority, direction on the pitch. Long time coming. Here we go again. He's saying he lacks the authority and direction. Two things. He just covered everything, in my opinion. The authority, conviction to, like I'm saying, hit the like, you know. I'm telling you, you're going to, okay, I'll do it. And that's about having authority to do that. You've got to tell the players what to do. You're in charge. Yeah, you have to be the captain of this ship. And the direction means not having a clue about any sort of tactical or any patterns of play, or any way something to fall back on. The players were a bit unaware of what to do. They didn't know, this guy's going to make it overlap and run because this is what we drilled to do. This guy's going to, this is how we score our goals. This is our patterns of play. It didn't seem like they were on board. They knew what they were doing. And you do need to, regardless of these players being professionals and all that, you do need to direct them. It's really important. That's why managers are paid big bucks. And you look at people like Klopp and Pep, that's why they're so good, because they, and Conte, for example, as well, because they have to be ruthless. They realize to get the best out of these players, you have to have authority and direction. So I really like that comment there by OS, and I hope you're doing well, OS. Hope to see you again soon. Football United, Matty, says great and bad news today. Interim for the rest of the season is crazy. Hi, Anthony Herbert. He says big up. Sorry to hear you lost 4-0 yesterday to Liverpool. So that run is over. But Arsenal, they're doing okay under Arteta. Like what you're doing there. And Torquem, how you doing? He says we have an interim manager whilst we're looking for an interim manager. That's good. So Ollie is out. Ollie's gone. We discussed basically everything about him. Now we're looking for the future. OS was saying, do you think Ollie's whole staff team, if someone new comes in, should they say, right, I'm bringing my own boys in, I want everyone here out, or do you think they should keep what we got? Do you think they need to take some sort of responsibility? So that's question number one. And two, who or what do we keep with Carrick for now, do you think? Or do you just wait till we get the right person? So what do you reckon there, Shah? So if someone comes in, should they get rid of all the staff? Just slap them up and say you were responsible for this too, or keep them? What would you do? And the other thing is, do we stick with interim right now with Carrick, which is part of Ollie's crew, or if someone else does come in, do you think they should get rid of everybody? For example,
I think whoever comes in are naturally gonna, I think personally, bring their own staff, right? So I think we will see McKenna, Carrick, and Phelan depart if certain managers come in. Personally speaking, I think although they are part of our club and we respect who they are, but I think having the right collective of team, coach, and staff is what we need to look at. We've got John Murtagh, Darren Fletcher as our directors of the football space, not the commercial space. And these are people that need to really look at the options that are out there. That we're talking options like Zidane, Poch, Van Tag, Enrique, Sam Allardyce, Brendan Rodgers. Probably, I don't know, honest to God, but all these coaches come with their own backroom staff and their own thoughts and mentality. I don't think there's no other way that we can go about it. Because if you keep part of the old guard in, look, Mike Phelan's been there under Fergie. He came back under Ollie. Did we see anything massively improve from when Mourinho was there defensively to what Ollie and Mike have done? Not really. Midfield's has been a problem. That's Carrick's department.
Okay, all right. So, all right, I hear what you're saying. So, I want to say welcome, TalkMU. Hope you're well. Obviously, we've got the news that Ollie's gone today. You've been watching the show. We've gone through like the background, why he came, what he's done, what his achievements were, what the disappointments were, and where his pattern of play, lack of breaking teams down. We've gone through all that. We're now talking about what happens next. And I want to put that to you as well. What happens next? Do you think keep it like this, the staff in there? Do you think the staff that are at the club at the moment, do you think if a new manager comes in, they should get rid of all these staff and bring their own people in, or do you think we should work with what we've got?
That all depends on who it is we're identifying. Like I said in that comment, we've got an interim manager now. Whilst we look for an interim manager, that says it all for me where we are as a club. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. And you know what? For me, we can't at this moment take out all of those people who are holding the team together. We just can't do that. That'd be suicidal. So, yeah, they have to stay in place for the moment until, like I say, we identify who the interim manager or full-time manager is going to be, because that's what they're going to be looking at now, isn't it? You know what I mean? So, but when it comes to somebody like, I don't know, let's say Zidane, Ten Hag, Rangnick, even Brendan Rodgers, they're not going to want to sort of come into this role as it stands right now with the performances that they've been, knowing what's been said by the players around the coaching setup and the blah blahs. They ain't going to want to work with that. They're going to say, look, part of this deal is I bring my own staff. They have their own way of doing things. So for me, they are sort of, their days are numbered, and whether I don't know what the contracts are. I don't know when they're contracted until, but I should imagine they will stay at the club in some capacity, but it will obviously be, they'll have to sort of take a step down from the first team, go onto the reserves or the coach, the youth, whatever, But to be fair, look, like I said as well this morning as well in my tweet, with Ollie, it's sad to see that he's, it's all falling apart on him. He did his best. He built a decent squad. He had some great times, but at the end of the day, it just wasn't enough. It just was not enough for this great club. So, you know what? I've seen some absolutely ridiculous tweets as well. I really have. I'm absolutely like dumbfounded at some of the tweets I've seen. I'm just, you know what I mean? You're just like, what? How does your brain work in order for you to compose something like that? Don't get it. It's just ridiculous. Let me just ask you this: Do you think the way Ollie was sacked has been disgusting and vile?
No.
Right. Okay. So we've got people tweeting that, saying it's disgusting and it's vile. It's like cheating on your wife and then saying and blah blah this and that. It's absolutely crazy. It's crazy. Listen, the guy got we give him the chance, but like I said yesterday, after the Liverpool result, right? The conversation was had then about, look, this is not going where we expected it to and where we want it to, and even more importantly, where the fans want it to be. Right. So that conversation already took place. So I'll tell you why it took 5 hours, right? Because whoever it was vetoing for Ollie to remain after the Liverpool result and then the City result. They then yesterday, after that, in the middle of that game, they had the meeting, and then they've said, look, I can't back him no more. That's it. So everybody's then gone, right, okay, well, we know what we've all said. We know what we were all going to do. Now it's down to Joel Glazer. They spent all that time trying to get hold of Joel Glazer, in my opinion. That's all that was. Just waiting for Joel.
Well, there was talk about the stock exchange or something, waiting for that to open. I think Connor mentioned that yesterday. I don't know, but I'm sure what's done in the dark will all come to light, and we will get a better picture about what really has happened here behind the scenes as well. It will give it a few weeks or months. We'll get to a true picture about what's happened and what really Ollie was like as a manager, because some people will start talking. I'm sure it will come out. But guys, talking just quickly and sharp. So overall, do you think he's been a success? If this was Maisie's scoring channel, scoring show or whatever, how would you score Ollie out of 10? And what do you think next for Ollie as well? So me personally, I'd score him out of 10. I'd score him about 4 out of 10. And I think next for him is to go back to Norway and maybe start rebuild like he did again in Norway. He's got a better reputation now. I can't see him getting a big job in a big league. Just go back to that. Maybe look for Norwegian manager, the national team or something like that. Because I think his reputation, even though it's improved by being at Man United, it's a bit tarnished as well at the moment. So he needs to take some time off maybe, or take a smaller club in Norway. What do you think, Rise? Score and what happens next for Ollie?
Well, look, I think he did a great job considering where we were under Mourinho. I think he did a great job. I'm going to give him more than a 4. I'm going to give him an 8.
Okay.
It's only been recent months where it's gone really gone south on him, and we've got stuck in the mud. So I'll give him an 8. In terms of where he goes now, I think the best thing he can do for himself and in his own mental state is to take some time away from the game, because he's just lost his dream, the job in world football. You know. And I mean, let me just highlight something here. I don't understand this, Matt. I don't get it. What's this? Letting it leak. What makes you think that they've let it leak, Matt? I thought you're an intelligent guy. You know, if leaks are going to happen, you can't stop them. It doesn't matter. They've tried their best to keep this in house, but somehow or some way, it's been leaked out. So I don't understand that comment. And then the fact you're saying, the fact that McKenna and Carrick, etc., let off scot-free. What? So you want us to just we're going to sack Ollie and we're going to sack the whole training, coaching staff and everything, and just put somebody in who's got no idea about any kind of coaching or anything at all, and leave us totally bare and naked going into a Champions League game? Where's your head at, mate? Explain to me. I don't get it. It's crazy. I don't know if you two agree with me, but you can't do that.
No, you can't.
I'm going to ask guys in the comments as well. Please give me a score, a Maisie type score out of 10 about Ollie's reign at Manchester United as well. So SHAH, give me a score and tell me what happens next with Ollie, please.
For me, Ollie's probably about a 7 out of 10, right? One of the reasons why I think he's a 7 out of 10 is that he has brought a lot of other things to the club. He has brought results. He's got us through to probably positions that I don't think some of this squad probably would have even got to. The semi-finals, even the finals, if it wasn't for him in certain scenarios. For Ollie, I think, like you said, a little break is going to go away. wherever he's going to go, holiday, wherever it is going to be. And I think he'll take the next year to reflect on what's actually happened and why did it go wrong. I think the other situation that I wanted to say as well, just on that note, is predominantly across the club. This was a board decision. This wasn't like the players saying that we want Ollie out. This wasn't anyone else apart from the fans and the boards that actually have come to this decision. So the pressure's come from the peripheral.
Guys, next thing, because we're going to need to wrap up soon. I'm going to throw out a name, okay? I'm going to say a name. I want to play this game again, going clockwise. Managers that I feel would be suitable for Manchester United. Even if they're employed, I'm just going to name people that I think would have the credentials to run this massive club. And thinking about it as well, who wouldn't want to come in and manage with these players? We've got some really top players at the club at the moment. Who wouldn't want to come and get this success and turn it around? It's going to look good for this guy now. Anyone who comes in now and takes these players and gets to win something or gets something in the Champions League or does that, they're going to look cool. And it wouldn't be that hard, to be honest, I don't think, with the players we got. So the first person I'm going to say that I think could do a good job at Man United would be the Ajax coach. I think he would be a good candidate for the job. Rise?
My first choice would be Zidane.
SHAH?
Yeah, I think Zidane at the moment is the most obvious candidate.
Okay, so you both said Zidane. Just quickly, why do you think Zidane? Why do you think he'd be a good candidate for the job?
For me, Rise, I'm just going to quickly knock it in. He's available. He's not tied up to any clubs. Second, he's obviously at a point where he's won a lot, Champions Leagues. He's done it as a coach. People talk about Zidane having world-class players at Real Madrid, but you still got to manage them. You still got to get the best out of them. You still got to work with them every day and make them better than what they already are and achieve the most. I think the thing is we've got players that are capable of being, we've got the second richest or the richest squad in the world. We have to look at these things, right? In the world, £1 billion squad. You can't have no average Joe come and take it over again. We've done the average Joe. We've done that in the past. And I think Zidane at the moment, he's going to be a short-term fix. Zidane's going to be there if he does come. The lights are getting Pochettino out of PSG. You know, these are all things that... Yeah, exactly. We then have to look at compensation. How much are we going to be paying? We're going to have the better salaries, achievement. You know, these are all things. So commercially, that's why.
SHAH, what you say? So Zidane's the right man for the job, based on big profile, big names at the club. That's what you're saying.
Personally, yeah. Okay.
Talk. Why do you think Zidane is the right person? Because you mentioned him as number one as well. Why? Just quickly, why would you say he's the number one person for the job in your opinion?
For a lot of the reasons that SHAH's just said. You know, he's a free agent. He commands respect. He knows what he's doing. He's won a lot of trophies. He's one of the only managers to win 3 Champions Leagues back to back in the Champions League era. That takes some doing. With only 2 changes made to the squad from the first to the third one, which is unbelievable. Man management skills blown out of the water. So for me, you know what? I don't want to be going sideways with Poch. I don't want to be going sideways and even maybe a step down with Brendan Rodgers. Not interested. If we are going to be have a real ambition as a club, we've got to go for the big guns, and that is, in my opinion, Zidane.
Okay, just to counter that. Just to counter that, I don't think Zidane's the right man for the job. I don't think he's going to be there that long. I don't think he really wants to come to England. I don't think he wants to come to Man United. It's like we're having to negotiate. If someone's really, like I said, if I look to this club and for all them players, I think, wow, that's a dream job. I could love to take that job. But he doesn't seem that, to me, he doesn't seem that interested. I think he's looking for other clubs or maybe international job with France, possibly. And I also think, all right, to finish up, that yeah, he might have good rapport with the players because he's Zidane. It's like, wow. But once that wears off, can he really last the course? I want someone who's going to take our club somewhere and then transition the side as well, be there long enough to say, right, I'm going to revamp this side and then turn it around and still be successful. I want a long-term goal manager. I don't see Zidane ticking those boxes, in my opinion. And lastly, for the Champions League win, I think he had a great side, inherited a great side there. They didn't win the league every season there. obviously 3 in a row, that's great, but you've got Bale on form, you know, when he was top draw, Ronaldo top draw, Benzema on his form. You do 3 in midfield, fantastic. I mean, that side was just like easy pickings. We could have got in there and managed them and been quite successful. For him to win 3 in a row and then leave because he realised they're going downhill and didn't want to transition them and revamp them and get them to change them and keep the success going. I don't think he looked at it and thought, boy, I'm going to get out of here while I can because I look cool at the moment. So I've got question marks about Zidane. That's what I'm saying about it. Anyone else you want to talk about, guys?
Monday, let me just say, you've got to remember it that we are not a club that are looking for success, right? We're not a club that's looking for success. We're a club that needs to be put back on track. That's all we need right now. We need to be put back on track. We've had the success. We've won everything more than any other team. So somebody like Zidane, for me, is the perfect choice in order to come in and get us, like I said, the short, sharp shock I was talking about with Conte, that failed. And then we knew when that broke down because of the monies, then when Spurs seen an opportunity, Daniel Levy grabbed that opportunity by the horns. Whether that's going to work out for him, we'll have to wait and see. But this is what we need to do, in my opinion. We need a short, sharp shock, snap us back into our winning ways, you know, confident and everything else, and then we can move on from that position.
TalkMU, isn't that a vicious circle? Because isn't that what we wanted with getting in Mourinho? Isn't that what we wanted when we got Mourinho in to come in?
Mourinho delivered silverware, but Ollie's had 3 years.
What silverware did he win?
Huh?
A Europa League.
We didn't have it.
I know what SHAH, I know what you're saying, and you're right. You know what? Winning doesn't matter what you win. If you are winning, you're winners, and you've got to breed this mentality. It's the mentality that we are the best. We're the winners. We don't fear nobody. That's what we need right now. Once we've got that back and we've won something, and whoever comes in and helps us do that, then it's down. But again, I'm saying all this, but it's down to and we know they're inept, but it's down to our board from that moment to make the right decisions after that. That's the key to this. And if they don't, we are going to be having a go at each other. We're going to be, you know, tearing lumps out of each other as fans until these owners, finally do the right things or just, you know, step away from the club and sell it to somebody who's going to make the right decisions.
And all right, so we talked about Zidane. Hold on, we talked about Zidane. Let's have a look at this because we've got OS here. He said, I don't want Zidane or Rodgers. So what do you think about Rodgers as well? And he's mentioned here Ten Hag, Ranić, and Luis Enrique as well. Can we talk about these guys or anyone else that you think would be suitable, please?
Let me ask you a question. If you've got,
I'm asking a question. Hold on a minute. I'm the question master. I'm the question master here. Silence. Silence.
One second.
Go on.
If you've got a Bentley, man. Diamond and
I don't want these analogies.
Right.
Ask me something straight.
No. If you've got a Bentley, diamond encrusted, right, the best Bentley in the world, and it's absolutely pristine, you are not going to take it to the £5 local car wash and go higher. You ain't going to do it. You are not going to do it. You're going to take it to the best.
I don't understand.
I'll tell you what I'm trying to get at here. It's like
get to the point, please.
Hold on. He's saying, Mukhtar is saying, I don't want Zidane, don't speak English and all that. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? It's nonsense. So why don't speak English? What the fuck has that got to do with anything? That's got nothing to do with it. This guy is a winner.
What has a Rolls Royce got to do with what you're saying? I don't understand.
I'm telling you. Well, so okay. Manchester United.
Are you saying Zidane is the Rolls Royce?
No. Manchester United is a Bentley. Manchester United is the biggest club in world football. Are you telling me you don't want probably one of the best successful managers who's done unbelievable things at another club?
No, I'm saying there's question marks about him. He's done this in Spain. He's never come to England, never played in England. He's never proven anything in England. And he's got no association with Manchester United. There's no indication that he wants to come to Man United. But you want to say, oh, he's a star, I'll pick him. You know, that's what I'm saying. It's going back, vicious circle, going back to where we were when we picked Mourinho. Because he was the best manager apparently out there for short. And you agreed. You said it's for short-term measures just to get us successful again. I want someone who's going to be there, build this side. This side, you know, a few players going to have to be changed soon. The Ronaldos, Cavani's, all those kind of thing. And then transition it again. Someone who's going to take us. Like, we had our most successful managers.
On Monday.
Many sides.
It doesn't happen in football now. It doesn't happen in football.
So how long? So how long? So you're saying that what doesn't happen? The transition of a side to turn a
No,
side
what I'm
around.
saying is clubs
Change it.
Clubs genuinely, a tenure of a manager is between 2 and 4 years, right? And then it changes dynamics. Leaders, different people come in, different coaching staff. We've gone through how many different managers? Liverpool in the past 30
Sure.
years. Listen, no, wait, Liverpool gone through it. Chelsea, they've gone through so many managers. Watford's gone through 3 managers in one season. This doesn't happen in today's game. The reason why is because everyone wants success every weekend, every day.
Sure.
And
Let's
that's
give
why
example.
I think personally, Zidane's going to be he will be offered. If not, he's already been offered. He's not taking it for whatever reason, whatever the contract negotiations are. I think Zidane at the moment, you've got players that have managed and coached under Zidane, right? That know what he's like. So I'm sure Ronaldo, Varane have all had a little word in his ear. Pogba, the French, they all know. I personally agree with you. I don't think it's the right fix, but I think it will be. No.
So why? All right. Okay. Let me ask you. Let me see, because you said something about football's changed, whatever. I'm looking at Klopp. Now Klopp's come in. He had a side. Look at the first game. The first team sheet he had to play with at Liverpool. He's changed that round. He's brought in his own players. They've been successful. And now I'm thinking, well, he's going to go. He's going to probably leave. No, he's not leaving. He's trying to change that team again. The team's getting old. Let's see what he can do. He's bringing in Harvey Elliott. He's trying to. He's got like a left back, new left back. He's got Milner there. He's got Henderson. These guys are old. So let's see. He's going to try. Maybe the form will go down, but he's going to try and transition that side with his philosophy and bring people in slowly, and see how they get along. Because they've had 2-3 years of very good success, and now they're at the point now where they have to start looking at changing it. So that he's been there, 5 years or something? Pep's been at Man City for a long time. He's brought in Phil Foden. He's brought in. He hasn't brought in the Spanish guy Torres. He's getting rid of Sterling. He's going to have to get rid of Mahrez soon. So you have to transition the side. This is what I'm talking about, a good manager. And these are the 2 of the most successful managers we've seen in British football for the last 10 years or so. So okay. I think it's important. That's my point. Why I think it's important to have someone who's going to take us not just for the short-term measure, but take us to that next level and transition the side, especially at Man United when we start to infiltrate youths into the side as well. That's a good thing. That's what we have going. So that's why I think it's important. That's why I think it's important. The next manager has to be thought about wisely, like Jackie's saying here. Hi, Jackie, about no panic buying or whatever. Think about it wisely, because that's what happened when we got Mourinho in. He started buying players, peak players at their prime for that short-term success. We want someone who's going to come in and be there for a long period of time to have a long-term success, But you understand what I'm saying? That's my point about why Zidane isn't already suitable and why Ten Hag probably would be more suitable, because it looks like he would come with a philosophy which will come all throughout the side. He plays with youths at Ajax. They've got one of the youngest sides in Europe and one of the most successful sides at the moment, and good eye-candy football.
Yeah. Monday, let me put it like this way. Where are we right now as a club? We're in absolute mess. We are a mess. The players' confidence is shot. We're all over the place. We're falling down the league. Got a massive game coming up. We don't want, if we have somebody to come in now who's got to clear up the mess and then start again, they're not starting off on the best footing, in my opinion. So that's where I think with somebody like Zidane, you can come in. He will quickly turn this around quickly, just because of the respect that he commands, and the whole winning mentality and everything that he brings with it. It will quickly bring the players up from the floor, right? Then they're stood up, then they're ready for it. They want to fight again. Once we get into that position, then that's the best time then to transition from him into somebody else who's long term. I don't want to see Rangnick come in and try and grapple with players' confidences on the floor, players umming and ahhing about contracts. Am I staying? Am I going? What about you? What about him? That's a bad place for a manager to start from. Whereas Zidane, I think, would be the best guy to come in and quickly sort that mess out.
All right, point taken. I'm not disagreeing with you. I think you make all I wanted to hear is that you'll make your argument. I just think it's a good discussion to have about Zidane, the pros and cons. I just think there's a question mark and something. I think you're
right, Monday. I think you're right to have that question mark, and I agree with you. Our long-term strategy needs to be in place that we can accommodate our past, our present, and our future, right? At the moment, I think the situation that we're in the league, right, we're still not far away from top 4. We can make top 4 by the end of the season. Our goal has to be what we're going to do now and how we're going to change it, right? And also the Champions League, we need to qualify and we need to go on and push in that. We've still got obviously the FA Cup starting off. So there's still opportunity for silverware this season. I don't think the board have scouted because they were already convinced that Ollie was going to be there for the long term. That's what I think personally. I don't think they've scouted or had a plan B because of the succession. And that's why we're in a position of discussion which managers are going to come in and why Michael Carrick's been appointed and no one else. So I think
guys,
this is going to be something that's going to go on.
Guys, we're going to wind up now because we're going on. Just to say, what would be a good outcome for the season now that I think we're 12 points off Chelsea who are top. What would be like, whatever happens, we don't know who's coming in. We don't know what's going to happen, but we're really unsettled at the moment. What would be a realistic outcome for the season? I think personally, if we can come in the top 4, that would be success now based on what we've been through. But also, I think we've got the team there, players there, tune them up, get them on board and whatever, and get them playing properly and focus on the league. Forget the Champions League now, because I don't think we can win it. But focus on the league and try our best to get top 4, because other teams like Newcastle are probably going to rise. All these, the Premiership is so hard and we can't joke around anymore. We need to sort it out. We should have done this weeks ago, mind you. So I think top 4 for me would be a great leverer for us from where we've been. What about you, Rise?
I think top 4 is a must. We must get top 4. But in terms of the Champions League, I have to disagree because you know what? We've got a great squad. We've got some great youngsters about the squad as well. We need to push on that as much as we possibly can by rotating and giving some youngsters a chance and try and push in that competition. Because the further we get, the more money we generate for the club. So, and we know that's what it's all about with the Glazers. It's top 4 and the Champions League riches. That's what they skim. So, that's an unfortunate position for us as fans to be in because if their kind of sights are never higher than top 4 realistically, then that's a bit of a sorry place to be in, isn't it?
SHAH, because we're going to wrap it up now. SHAH, expectations.
Top 4, and progression in Champions League and the FA Cup. Look, we can do it. We've, like you said, Rise, agree with you. We've got the squad. We've got the options. We just need the mentality and the strategy from the direction. I think the fact that we've still got certain elements of the coaching staff is going to prove whether it was Ollie or whether it was a coaching staff in these next couple of games as well. So,
thank you. Lastly, was it the right decision, guys? I say yes.
Yeah, cool. I mean, it had to be done. There's no two ways about it. It had to.
SHAH?
Yeah, 100%. Thank you, Ollie.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
That's the thing.
Right.
Listen, as fans, listen. I did tweet today. I said, you know what, this guy, he gave me the greatest night of my life in 1999. How proud I was at that night and how happy I was. And I'll never know that again ever. No one, any other fan of any club in this league ever, because no other club is going to.
So has he tarnished his reputation?
No,
in a word.
I don't think he has.
In a word, no. Okay, good. So he's still a ledge.
Of course he is. Always will be.
Okay. All right. I'm saying goodbye, Ollie. Thank you for the memories. Maybe in time we look back and say he came and turned us around. Maybe not. Who knows? But it's really interesting debate that we had. I want to say thanks to everyone in the comments. We're going to sign out now. Thank you, SHAH, as well, for coming on. Thank you, TalkMU. Some great contributions again. And we'll be back tomorrow for Studs Up. And no doubt we'll be talking about Ollie again and seeing what happens, because there's always going to be developments. So keep your ear to the ground, guys. Keep your ears on the grapevine and let us know. Email us or contact us or message us if you hear anything or you hear any whispers or anything, so we can get on it straight away and investigate. But for now, we're signing out. Have a lovely Sunday. Enjoy your roast and don't be roasting Ollie like we have in this show. God bless you guys. We're out. Take care.
Ciao.